Okay, today's video is going to be a little different because I already filmed this video once over at my regular setup, and then I realized you could see through my chest because of the Hulk on my t-shirt. So I'm going to be filming it right here in front of my webcam today where I do my live chats from. Mainly because I don't feel like getting everything set back up over there again, and I don't feel like changing my shirt. So I'm just going to do it this way. It's not going to be as good a video quality, but this video isn't really that important for you to see me anyway. The topic of today's video is going to be the best carry guns under $400. I have said in previous videos, if you've only got $300 or $400 to spend, you're better off buying used. But a lot of people are not comfortable buying used, and they send me emails saying, I'm just not comfortable doing that. What is the best gun I can buy new? And one of the price points that's very common is under $400. Now, I'm going to deal mostly with concealed carry because that's the way most people carry. If I was doing this for open carry, it'd be a totally different list of guns. But since I'm going with the way most people carry, which would be concealed carry, this will be the top list of concealed carry guns or best carry guns for the way most people carry them that are under $400. Well, for the purpose of this video today, I'm only going to cover guns that I actually have experience with in that price range. Now, I know there's lots of guns that are under $400 that are great carry guns, but I don't really have any experience with those guns. I'm only going to deal with guns that I have either owned or I have a lot of experience shooting. And I'm only going to count guns that you can regularly find pretty much any day of the week for under $400 from multiple vendors. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, once there was this one time where you could buy this gun for $399.99. That's not going to count. If it's not regularly available every day, pretty much at a price under $400, at least from a couple of different vendors, then it's not going to make the list. Okay, so let's get started with what I consider to be the top 5 carry guns under $400. At number 5 is the Ruger LC9S. Now, this is the striker-fired version gun of the Ruger LC9, and it is an awesome little polymer gun. It's actually the least expensive on the list. You can find this gun anywhere from $329 up to about $360 pretty much any day of the week. The gun is a good, reliable, small, no frills, compact little gun, and it's very easily carried. So this gun at that price point and having that reliability that Ruger usually puts into their guns makes this easily the number 5 gun on the list of top 5 carry guns under $400. The next gun on the list also happens to be a Ruger. It is the Ruger SR series, the SR9s, the SR40s in the compact model. Now, this is the most expensive gun on the list, but it can regularly be found as low as $385. So it does meet that under $400 criteria. This is actually a pretty amazing little gun. I personally wouldn't carry it because it has a safety. So a lot of people are going to say, well, how can you list it as one of the top 5 guns if you wouldn't carry it? When I say I won't carry a gun with a safety, that's not a statement of quality, that's a statement of preference. I personally prefer guns with no safety, no manual safety. Now, a lot of people, though, won't carry a gun unless it does have a manual safety. If you're one of those people, or you're someone that can go either way, this is still a very high quality little gun. It doesn't matter that I personally wouldn't carry it. I owned one, it was very reliable, very accurate, very easy to shoot, just an all-around great gun and very easy to carry. I mean, it's not going to win any awards for aesthetics or anything, or even for, like super detailed build quality, but it's an overall great gun, especially for $385. So if you're someone looking for a gun with these features, this would be an excellent choice. That's why the Ruger SR Compact Series is number 4 on my list of best carry guns under $400. Now, the next gun on the list is not just one of the best carry guns under $400, it's one of the best carry guns ever, and that is the Smith & Wesson 637. Now, this is one of Smith & Wesson's little lightweight 5-shot snubby 38 specials, and this gun is absolutely amazing. Now, a lot of people think the Smith & Wesson revolvers are really expensive, but you can regularly get this gun for between $360 and $385. That is not a lot of money for a gun that is such high quality. Now, the reason this gun isn't number 1 on the list is because in the standard guns, the trigger isn't as good as it could be. It's still a good trigger, but their Performance Center guns have much better triggers in them. So unless you're buying the Performance Center gun, then it's not going to be number 1. And since you can't get the Performance Center guns under $400, this gun doesn't deserve the number 1 spot. But it does definitely deserve the number 3 spot on my list of best carry guns under $400. Now, the number 2 gun might surprise some people because it's a gun that I have said in the past didn't fit my hand very well, but it is the Walther PPS. Just because it didn't fit my hand doesn't mean it's not a great gun. Most people that own this gun have no problem with it whatsoever. I've never met anyone that owned one that was unhappy with it. This is the gun that started the craze of super thin semi-automatic carry guns, and it is one of the best to ever come out in that mold. It's reliable, it's thin, it's light, it's easy to carry. It's just an all-around great carry gun. And you can regularly find it from $360 to $385, which is a lot less than they were when they originally came out. Now, there is a newer model of this gun too, the M2 of this gun, but I don't really have a lot of experience with it. If it's as good as the original, it'll be a great gun, maybe even better because the grip on it is better. But for now, I'm just dealing with the original model. So if you like semi-autos and you want something really thin and something really easy to carry, the Walther PPS definitely deserves the number 2 spot on my list of best carry guns under $400. Now we are to the number 1 gun on the list, and the number 1 gun isn't going to surprise anybody that actually has paid attention to my videos over the years, because I have stated before that this is one of the best guns ever made. So the number 1 position is the Ruger LCR. The Ruger LCR is one of the greatest carry revolvers ever made. I was very skeptical of this gun when it first came out, but after owning a couple of them, they are awesome. I've actually owned 3 or 4 of them now, and every single one of them was an amazing gun. They combine the light weight of a polymer gun with the reliability of a revolver. And then on top of that, they add one of the best triggers I've ever felt on a small revolver. Now, the LCR in 38 Special can regularly be found between $380 and $399. Sometimes you can even find the LCRX for that amount of money, but usually it's just the standard LCR. But still, the original one is one of the best guns on the market today, especially for carry, especially for concealed carry. Anyone that's ever carried a revolver knows they carry more easily than semi-autos because they don't have that big flat side on them. And this gun is no exception. It carries exceptionally well. It's light. It's reliable. 38 Special will definitely get the job done. So this gun definitely deserves a number 1 spot on my list of best carry guns under $400, because it would probably be close to the top on my list of best carry guns, period. So there you have it. That's my list of best carry guns, or more specifically, best concealed carry guns for under $400. Now, I know a lot of people are going to have a problem with this list because they're going to say, those guns just don't have enough capacity for me or what I'm going to need. Well, you know, I live in the real world. I don't live in a fantasy world where I'm going to get in running gun battles with ninjas or terrorists or, gangbangers. I like to deal with real scenarios that I might actually face in my everyday life. And in those scenarios, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds is more than enough ammunition, because let's face it, when the werewolves come to get you, you're not going to get that many shots off, and when the zombies come, you're going to switch to a long gun or a bigger gun anyway. So that's my list of best carry guns under $400. And if you want to take any one thing from this list, I would say that even though I'm no fanboy of Ruger, when it comes to inexpensive, good quality carry guns, Ruger is hard to beat.